Anyone who knows my father would tell you that giving back is a huge part of the man that he is. So it is no surprise that the concept was one of his founding principles. I salute the many, many members of the Conrad shipbuilding family for their commitment to others. It's a large part of who we are as a company.
This is a story without a happy ending. For sadly, inexplicably, sometimes newborn babies die. They call them angel babies. And a group of dedicated volunteers from the Jude Crew assists families who experience this tragic event. Their love and commitment resonates throughout the communities of South Texas and beyond. Conrad Orange Human Resources Manager Joyce Blanchette explains how it all got started.
When my daughter Jessica was 20 weeks pregnant, she was actually going to see what gender Jude was, but instead she got some really hard, difficult news. She found out that Jude had a birth defect called encephalocele. It's a very rare birth defect. And sadly, they told us that Jude was incompatible with life. So they also told us that they didn't know how long Jude would live. He could live for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days. Nobody knew. We ended up having 4.5 days with Jude. He was just pure perfection, just the sweetest little thing you could imagine. He had the most precious lips. We called them kissy lips. He would just pucker them up for us. Jude didn't know anything but love. We loved on him for 4.5 days. He was never put down. He was always in someone's arms. I would say he was a blessing. He was a gift, and we're very thankful for Jude. My daughter had started a Facebook page, and it's where she would go and, talk about her journey, that difficult journey, on a daily basis. And women started reaching out to her even before Jude was born. Our first little baby, actually her name was Adelaide. She was from a different state. The mother had reached out to Jessica, and her little baby had a birth defect called anencephaly, which has to do with the brain also. So just in talking, Jessica and I, my daughter and I, we decided let's send her a care package. Let's go ahead and make her a gown like we made for Jude, and a blanket. And just in talking, my daughter said, well, let's send her a devotional too, something that she can, look at daily and on her journey. And so we got the package together, and I think from then on it was like, this is going to be our ministry. This is what we're going to do. So we did. We started reaching out. I never knew that there were so many babies that died, especially those from like 20 weeks to 40 weeks right before being born. I never knew that existed. I never knew that there were so many birth defects in the world. I just didn't until Jude. We've now had so many families reaching out to us. We even go to hospitals. We have hospitals reaching out to us. We've probably served about 20 families in this area alone since we started this ministry. These families, they expect to bring their babies home. They never expect for their baby to pass away. That's just not something you think about. When you're pregnant, you expect to bring home a baby. That's what you expect to do. That's what everybody does. So whenever they're in this situation, they're in shock. That everything is unplanned. They don't know what to do. And with us, we were able to kind of plan out for Jude because we knew that he wasn't going to survive. So we knew there were certain things that we wanted to do. I embroidery, so I wanted to make sure that Jude had the proper clothing. And so I put his name on baby gowns and on blankets. And Jude actually, with his birth defect, he needed a hat. And so we had friends that actually made little caps for him, and it's made out of the softest material. And so we have other women that make caps for other babies. And then we have babies that are born that they're so tiny, they're only like 20 weeks pregnant when they lose them, and they're so little. So now we have little gowns. I have to show you. We have little gowns for little babies that are just tiny, like premature gowns, and the tiniest little hats. We also, we give a Jesus Calling book. That's part of our ministry. When Jude was born, we wanted to make sure that we had his little feet print. And so we actually, stamped his feet print on the day that he was born. And that's something that we offer to families too. When we go to them, we stamp their baby's feet in a Jesus Calling book. And then we have a photographer. My niece, photographed Jude, so we offer that as well. My daughter Jessica, she ministers to the moms and to the families. She goes in, and once they realize that she had a baby and that he did not survive, they find that comforting. They see hope in her, and she's our real gift, Jessica. I have to tell you about the Jude Crew. It's a group of women that come together that make hats and gowns and blankets. They're offering their time and talent to these other families, and they're helping make a difference, not only in our lives, but in the lives of other people as well. We are keeping Jude's memory alive. To us, that's why we're healing so well, is because we are keeping his memory alive. Being able to reach out to other families, to love on other families, just like our community loved on us and showed us so much compassion and care. We extend that to other families, and because of that, we're able to heal from this.
It's people like Conrad's Joyce Blanchette and the volunteers of Jude Crew who help to heal the wounds that sometimes life brings. It's people like Joyce Blanchette who prove that the smallest footprints can leave the biggest impression.